Today I am going to start new topic, types of chemical reactions. Chemical reaction can be classified in the following types. Number 1 is a combination reaction. Number 2 is decomposition reaction. Number 3 displacement reaction. And number 4 oxidation reduction reaction. Oxidation reduction reactions are also known as redox reactions. So first one is combination reactions. Reactions in which two or more reactants combine to form one product are called combination reaction. For example, in this reaction you can see A and B. These are two simple molecules. They combine with each other and form a big molecule or a complex molecule of A, B. So here A combined with B, that's why this reaction is considered as a combination reaction. There is another name of combination reaction is addition reactions. So another example of this is magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. The chemical reaction for this is Mg, which is a solid, when reacts with O2, which is a gas, gives 2MgO. Magnesium oxide is a solid. So this reaction, in this reaction you can see magnesium combined with oxygen and form magnesium oxide. Next is burning of coal. In this reaction you can see that carbon, which is a solid, when reacts with oxygen, which is a gas, carbon combined with oxygen and form CO2 gas. So this is again an example of combination reaction. The third one is formation of water from hydrogen and oxygen. So next, in some reactions their heat is released. There are some examples. For example, just now we have studied about the carbon when reacts with oxygen gives CO2. So whenever you take coal in your hand, you can easily hold because it is not hot. But when you burn the coal, so burning means reaction with oxygen. When you burn the coal, it becomes very hot or it becomes red. This time you cannot touch the coal. It is because that the reaction of coal or carbon with oxygen is exothermic reactions. So the reactions in which heat is released along with the formation of products are called exothermic reaction. Means heat is released when reactants combine and form a product. So this is an example of exothermic chemical reactions. Next, other examples of exothermic reactions. Number 1, burning of natural gas. You know already, in the formula of natural gas is what? CH4. Burning means reaction with oxygen. So whenever hydrocarbon or like methane gas or any natural substance burn or reacts with oxygen, it always gives CO2 gas and water, and also an enormous amount of heat also released. Due to this energy released in this reaction is considered as a exothermic reaction. Okay, now do you know that respiration is also an exothermic reaction? Respiration, in the respiration, you know, the glucose molecule C6H12O6, which is formed as a final product of our food inside our body. So whatever we eat, it gets converted into glucose, and this glucose through our blood reaches our cell, and in cells there is oxygen. Oxygen, when reacts this glucose molecule, gives CO2 plus H2O. As I told you already, all organic compounds when reacts with oxygen, they give CO2, H2O and releases energy. So due to this release of energy, this reaction is also considered as a exothermic reaction. So now we can say the respiration is also an exothermic reaction. Another example is calcium oxide, which is also known as quicklime. When treated with water, it gives calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice, which is also known as slagged lime. In this reaction also heat is released. So this reaction is also considered as exothermic reaction. Next is endothermic reactions. Endothermic reactions involve the absorption of heat. Means in the previous reaction, heat is evolved or heat is coming out from the reaction. But in this reaction, heat is involved or heat is absorbed. So due to the absorption of heat, it cools the surrounding. For example, the decomposition of dead organic materials is an endothermic reaction, and all the decomposition reactions which we are going to study in our next slide. These all decomposition reactions are the example of endothermic reactions. Means in this reaction heat is absorbed. So next reaction number 2 is decomposition reactions. Those reactions in which a single reactant break down to give simpler product. A single reactant which is a big molecule, it breaks down and gives simple 2 or more product. Or we can say this reaction is the opposite of combination reaction. Decomposition reaction is of 3 types. Number 1, thermal decomposition. So whenever a decomposition reaction is carried out by heating, that's why it is called a thermal decomposition, because we are using heat in order to carry out a decomposition reaction. For example, FeSO4 means ferrous sulfate. When given heat or when it is heated, it gives ferric oxide plus sulfur dioxide gas and SO3 gas, means sulfur trioxide gas. So this is a big molecule, a complex molecule. When it is heated, it gives ferric oxide, which is a solid, and SO2 gas and SO3 gas. So this become an example of decomposition reaction because heat is involved. That's why we call it thermal decomposition reaction. Another example is when calcium carbonate is heated, it gives calcium oxide and CO2 gas. So this is an example of decomposition reaction. Calcium oxide, calcium carbonate, you already know, it is also known as limestone, and calcium oxide, just now we have studied it in exothermic reaction. This is also known as quicklime. So it is obtained by the thermal decomposition of limestone. Another example is lead nitrate. When lead nitrate is heated, it gives lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide gas and oxygen. In this reaction also you can see this is a big molecule. On heating, it gets converted into or break down into simple molecules. So these 3 are the examples of decomposition reaction, thermal decomposition reactions. The next is electrical decomposition. So when decomposition reaction is carried out with the help of electricity, means when we pass electricity in the substance, for example in water, when we pass electric current, water get dissociated or decomposed into hydrogen and oxygen gas. So this become an example of electrical decomposition because in this reaction we are using electric current. Another example of this, the third one is photo decomposition. Whenever decomposition reaction takes place in the presence of sunlight, so this reactions is called, or this type of reactions are called photo decomposition reaction. The best example of this is silver chloride, which is white in color. This silver chloride, when exposed in sunlight, this gives silver and chlorine gas, which is gray in color. This reaction is used in photography. Third one is displacement reaction. In this type of reactions. A more reactive element displaces the less reactive element. It is of two types. Number one, single displacement reaction, and another one is double displacement reaction. So first we take example of this single displacement reaction. In this reaction, Fe reacts with copper sulfate, CuSO4, aqueous. Aqueous means aqueous. Aqueous means copper sulfate is dissolved in water, whereas iron is in solid state. So when solid iron allowed to react with copper sulfate solution, what happen? This Fe, which is more reactive than copper, so more reactive element displaces copper, which is a less reactive element. So it removes copper from here. On treatment with copper sulfate gives FeSO4, iron sulfate, and copper is displaced in this reaction. Here, as you know already, that more reactive element displaces less reactive element. So here iron displaces copper. Next is double displacement reaction. Those reactions in which there is an exchange of ions between the reactants are called double displacement reaction. For example, in this reaction, in this example, you can see sodium sulfate, which is aqueous solution, means dissolved in water, when treated with barium chloride aqueous solution. Here exchange of ions takes place, means place of barium is taken by sodium and place of sodium is taken by barium in this reaction, resulting formation of barium sulfate plus NaCl. This reaction you have already balanced in your assignment. Now in this reaction, as you can see, barium sulfate is formed. This barium sulfate formed is a white precipitate. I told you already what is precipitate. Precipitate is a white insoluble solid formed during a chemical reaction, and as it is formed, it gets settled down in the bottom. So this type of reaction where precipitate is formed are called precipitation reaction. So this reaction is an example of double displacement also, and it is an also example of precipitation reaction. Next is oxidation reduction reaction. Oxidation reduction reactions or redox reaction. The first one is oxidation reaction. Oxidation means gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen by any substance. Means if any substance gain oxygen or loses hydrogen, then this reaction are called oxidation reaction. For example, Cu when reacts with oxygen on heating, copper oxide is formed. So in this reaction you can see that oxygen is added with copper and forms copper oxide. So this reaction becomes an example of oxidation due to the addition of oxygen with copper. The next is reduction reaction. Reduction is just opposite of oxidation reaction. So in reduction, loss of oxygen or gain of hydrogen by any substance in a reaction is called reduction reaction. For example, copper oxide when treated with hydrogen gas on heating, it forms copper and water. In this reaction you can see that copper oxide get converted into copper. So here copper oxide loses oxygen. So conversion of copper oxide into copper is an example of reduction reaction. But in respect of hydrogen, if we see here that hydrogen converting into H2O, so here gaining of oxygen takes place. But here loss of oxygen taking place. So conversion of CuO to Cu is an example of reduction, redox reaction. Those reactions in which one reactant gets oxidized while the other gets reduced during a reaction. Such reactions are called oxidation reduction reaction or redox reaction. For example, just now we have studied about this example. As I told you already that copper oxide gets converted into copper, means it loses oxygen. In this reaction you can see copper oxide is losing oxygen. So this an example of reduction reaction, and here hydrogen get converted into water molecule. So here is a gain of oxygen, or gain of oxygen is called oxidation. So in a single reaction, oxidation and reduction taking place. So this reaction is an example of redox reaction or oxidation reduction reaction. Some other example of redox reaction are ZNO, zinc oxide when treated with carbon, it gives zinc and carbon monoxide. Here you can see that zinc oxide get converted into zinc. What is this process? Here losing of oxygen taking place, means zinc oxide losing oxygen and getting converted into zinc. So this is an example of reduction. What about carbon? Carbon get converted into carbon monoxide. So here gain of oxygen takes place. Carbon gains oxygen from zinc oxide and get converted into carbon monoxide. So carbon to carbon monoxide is a gain of oxygen. So this is an example of oxidation. So here reduction from zinc oxide to zinc and carbon to carbon monoxide is oxidation. So this becomes an example of redox reaction. Here also you can see that MnO2 manganese dioxide plus 4HCl get converted into magnesium chloride, water and Cl2. Oxidation and reduction taking place. Next. Next our topic is corrosion. What is corrosion? So corrosion is slow destruction of metal by the action of air, moisture or a chemical on their surface is called corrosion. For example, rusting of iron, black coating on the surface of silver and green coating on the copper. So you are very much familiar with rusting of iron. You have seen many examples around you. The rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is due to the action of air, moisture or any chemical on the surface of iron, due to which the iron get spoiled. You can see here in this image there is a iron chain. It is not corroded, but this iron chain, due to exposed to air or maybe left for a long time in the air, this chain becomes corroded. So we called it corrosion. Next our topic is rancidity. Rancidity, it is the oxidation of fat, oils and other lipids present in the food, or we can say in simple terms, it is the spoilage of food where it becomes unsafe for consumption. We can say that due to the presence of fat, oils and other lipids in the food, they get oxidized, and due to this oxygen the food get spoiled and giving bad odor. So it becomes means useless for eating, or it is unsafe for eating or consumption. Rancidity changes the food color, odor and flavor. There are some methods. If we apply or if we use these methods, then we can prevent the food from the spoilage. The first one is adding antioxidants. Number 2, storing food in airtight containers. Number 3, refrigerating food also helps to slow down rancidification. Means if we refrigerate our food, we can keep it for longer times. Next is replacing oxygen in the container with another gas. For example, as you know already, that to prevent chips from turning rancid, chips manufacturers flush the bag with nitrogen gas, or they fill nitrogen in that pouches so that they can prevent food from rancidification. So this is the topic finishes here. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, you can ask me. Thank you.